Just checking gate 1. That's Chief Officer. There's the all clear. They sprinting away and seen the light, jumped a little bit awkwardly towards the outside. Captain Fontane's also amongst the second group as they settle down to race. Nick Hill's in. Epic Soliloquy is right there shortly after the start. Gloucestershire's right there. 2 off the left, back in the game. Yellow Silks off Chief Officer. Hail Columbia's about 2.5 lengths off the leader. Then Sugar and Spice behind that. Times New Roman. Captain Fontaine's about 4 lengths off the lead at this stage. Just outside the 400, and Hail Columbia now comes forward with the red cap on the left-hand side. Epic Soliloquy is still there. Nick Hill's in. Sugar and Spice on the outside. Seen the light down the inside of that one. Back in the game. Times New Roman's also trying to run on, and Captain Fontaine now comes forward good now. And Captain Fontaine's coming at Hail Columbia over the last 100. Hail Columbia just the leader, but Captain Fontaine's coming on strongly, and Captain Fontaine won it. Hail Columbia second, Times New Roman ran third, and fourth perhaps Sugar and Spice. Good win here from number 5, Captain Fontaine, the Captain L, and it pays up at 220 and is the tote favourite. So number 5 is victorious at 220. Second, number 3, Hail Columbia. So first and second, both first-timers. Third place to number 12, and that is Times New Roman, and then Sugar and Spice, and they were followed further back in the field by Tracker Jacko. So the winner, you'll take note of that replay, was amongst the second group over the 1,000 metres, but Captain Fontaine, once he found the daylight for Mr. Hay and David Ferraris, Lyle Hewitson and Garth Puller, and they come forward to score well at the business end. The bipod pool is at 187,000 Rand, and the winner was bred by Cheverly Stud. Until the running of the third race, place accumulator time, back to the studio.
Well, we've been treated to 2 good horses fighting it out in a maiden plate. But I think you are going to hear a lot more about these 2 horses. Hail Columbia from the Dennis Dreyer stable running back in second, and Captain Fontaine from the Garth Puller yard winning the race, the son of Captain L. Firstly, Garth, hearty congratulations and thanks for your transparency with the media. You said it like it was. Maybe 1,000 meters still too sharp for him, but he got away with it because of his class.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, you could see he didn't know where he was. He missed the break. He ducked to the inside. He ran a separate race altogether. But he's smart. I'd just like to thank Mr. Ormond Ferraris from the bottom of my heart. I mean, he gave up that good filly that's won the Triple Tiara and this horse. So you must know how hard it was for him, what a pull it was to leave something like this. He bought the horse. David Ferraris, Mr. Hoy, and Bosworth Stud, the Dr. Bosworth Stud who looked after this horse. Bosworth Stud, they sent him there to look after him before he came in. I'd like to thank them all. He's immature, but the 1,000 is definitely on the sharp side for him. But like everything else, class prevails. He come through, he's got the action, and over 1,214 you'll really see a racehorse. He settles completely behind, and obviously in this race, Dennis's horse was fast and he was a little bit rushed off his feet. But when he found himself, I mean, he won fuller running. And I'd like to thank all my guys back at the stable. It hasn't been easy. He overreached yesterday, and we were pooping ourselves, I must say. We brought him to races with bandages on. I felt I'll get away with it. We did. Michael, Sam, and Bishop at the stables. Wendy, thank you very much. And yeah, he's a nice horse. And then obviously Hollywood, thank you very much for all you do, and we do appreciate it. Thank you.
It's nice when a plan comes together with a horse that's got a pedigree and shows it at the track, Garth, and the looks as well.
Yeah, you know, he's got the looks, he's got the action, he's got speed, but he settles well. But you've got to step them out. I mean, you can't pick your day, you step them out. I wanted to step him out down the straight. I realized the 1,000 might be a bit sharp for him. The wind turned in his favor just before they went in the pens. It turned to a headwind. That played in my favor a little bit, and he was very green. I didn't anticipate him being that green, but no horse of mine comes off the bridle in work. So he's never been let off the bridle. So this is the first time he's been asked to run. So there you got it.
Well, please give our best to Mr. Oman Ferraris, a doyen of racing, to David and Mr. Hoy. Before you leave us, Scott, anything else later on this afternoon?
No, I've got the races are competitive. I just got place chances, I hope.
Thanks, Scott, and all the best with this horse moving forward.
Thank you very much.
Okay, let's get jockey Lyle Utzon into the office. And Lyle, we briefly spoke about this horse, and you mentioned that David communicated with you about going and working him with Garth and maybe riding him in the race.
Yes. Look, firstly, I just want to say well done to everyone back at the yard. As Mr. Puller alluded to, the horse overreached yesterday during his canter. He was a little bit tender to the touch, but trotted out sound, and they just nurtured him to make sure he came to the course on song today, which he did. So well done to them. Special mention to Tandi, Atindiwe Magudla. He'd done a lot of work on the horse, gave me a lot of insight to the horse when I first sat on. And to Mr. Ferraris, like you said, he sent me a message and asked me to try getting this horse every morning. And Mr. Puller was very excited about it and built up a nice relationship since I've been here. So just a pleasure to work with a nice individual like this. And to win for some Hong Kong owners, it's taken quicker to win for the Hong Kong owners here in South Africa than it was in Hong Kong. But nonetheless, well done to Mr. Hoy, to Mr. Ferraris, Mr. Puller and the whole team. Thanks so much for the opportunity.
Okay, talk us through the race. It was a concern that this could be on the sharp side for him.
Yes, look, he's related to Snow Dance, of course, the full brother. He's got a lovely long action. He's very mature back at home. He does everything he asks, but we thought, the 1,000 is sharp, but quality will bring him through. Because he's mature, he will be in the race. And everything went opposite. He was so green out the pens. He wouldn't travel, but I could feel just needed him to find his feet. And, 500 out, I already knew what I had underneath me. And it was just about weaving the right path and giving him the space to run him down, which he did. So despite everything against him, he won a good race, and he's obviously got a bright future. So in Mr. Puller's hands, I'm sure he'll go through the divisions.
Fantastic. Did you get to meet Mr. Hoy when you were in Hong Kong?
I didn't meet him directly, but I rode Go Ballistic and a few horses for him. He ran pretty well, but it is my first winner for him. So hopefully in the future, I can be doing it abroad for him as well.
Fantastic. Okay, you got one on the board. You would have had a good look at your rides. Can you help us?
Yeah, I was very impressed with Black Fox's run last time. Look, I think he will stay. I mean, he has shown good runs over the trip. Main thing is he's got a draw, and it'll be a bit easier to be in a decent spot. He does run down late, and if he's been ticked over correctly, which I'm sure he has been by the Lafferty team, he'll be my next best.
Thanks for that, Lyle.
Thank you very much. Just well done to my sponsors. Thank you. And, of course, to Track and Ball and everyone today. Thank you for putting up this great day.
Nice one. Thanks. Lyle Utzon. And then up next will be the start of the place accumulator, and the time to jot down there, 12:55, 5-1.